What is the worst thing about being skinny? Lap isn't as comfy for dog to sit on. It's so easy to hit your pelvic bone on the side into things, and it hurts so much. People noticing every fluctuation in weight. Finding pants that fit. As someone who was underweight in my childhood up to my early 20s, and suddenly obese in my 30s, it doesn't matter what weight you are. People will always have something to say about it. But one thing I hated about being skinny was always being the one to have to sit in the middle seat in the car. My partner and I are both skinny. When we are intimate, it often happens that it's just bone on bone, which is not comfortable. Like this morning, we were spooning. I was the little spoon, and he had his arm resting on my hip. That's all it takes. There is just no soft cushion between us. What's something that happens in your country that would scare Americans? Drug cartel convoys, groups of 4 to 6 trucks, in full tactical gear patrolling the city. I don't know any Americans really. But people seem concerned when I mention that we occasionally have baboons invading our houses and full-on social media groups dedicated to alerting people so we can lock up and bring animals inside before it happens. Granted, you have to live in an area where there is a troop of baboons for this to happen. But still. Edit. I'm sure this isn't unusual in rural American areas, though with other animals. But still. Also load shedding. Kenya lions frequent the villages at night. Hyenas actually take small kids away at night. Load shedding in South Africa, we can have up to 14 hours a day without power. They are planned outages. This is due to the corruption and lack of maintenance to the infrastructure. We even have an app to let us know when to expect our electricity to be stolen. Spiders the size of your palm just casually chilling on the wall every summer. I normally just let them be. They are active at night and will get about your house. They move surprisingly fast for their size also and suddenly vanish. They also get in your car and shoes. Babies, sometimes smaller children, sleeping outside in their buggy by themselves year-round. What anime is must-watch anime? Mashishi. The most beautiful anime I've ever seen. Soundtrack is out of this world too. If you feel like being depressed, watch *** Grave of the Fireflies. Akira, Ghost in the Shell. Cowboy Bebop Trigun Samurai Champloo. I'd recommend the Ghost in the Shell anime from 2005. Great story, great animation. A silent voice, Koa no Katacha, a shape of voice, if possible show it to your kids. Who's the worst comedian that became famous? Kenny Banya. I mean, what's up with his fixation on Ovaltine? Worst comedy comedian or worst human comedian? If both, then Andy Dick. Carlos Mencia easily. One of his jokes was, if Asians are so smart, why are they such bad drivers? Look up the DDD song. Andy Dick. B. The correct answer is Brandon Schwab x J. D. Reynolds. Who is praised as a good person in human history but was actually evil? Pablo Picasso. He was a complete jerk, and his kids were terrified of him. Charles Dickens dumped his wife of 10 kids and 22 years for an 18-year-old mistress. When she called him out on it, he publicly called her a fat idiot. I dunno if I've ever heard him praised, but Oliver Cromwell put everyone in my town into a church and lit it on fire. Drogheda, Ireland. Edit. Yes, he is praised. https en.m.wikipedia.org/wiki/100_greatest_Britons. And has 5 statues. P.T. Barnum kinda? I mean, they made a whole-ass musical based on this piece of shit. Andrew Jackson. He's celebrated as statesman and the 7th president of the U.S. with the nickname Old Hickory. In reality, He was a violent, cruel man, a slave master and racist who signed the Indian Removal Act and is responsible for the Trail of Tears. He also killed Charles Dickens. Edit. Oops, Charles Dickinson. Joe Kennedy Sr. Too many reasons to count. The world ends. What song would play in its end credits? The end credits music from Curb Your Enthusiasm. https://youtube.be/cdqmz_s7y6k . We'll meet again. https youtube.be/hsm_vmn6whiteek. Seems appropriate. If the world is ending from war. Directed by Robert B. Whitey. https://www.youtube.com/watch v equals YW5me_L9FL4 song. Always look on the bright side of life. Mad World. Tears for Fears. Com Susser Todd. You can double anything. What do you choose? My chances of winning anything. I am then going to Vegas and betting on red. Sure, there is the possibility of losing money on zero, but 97% chance of winning is basically an ability to print money. Any deposit made to my bank account. Then all you have to do is withdraw and deposit like 10 times and you rich. Imagine my success on Tinder as a 13 feet male. My IQ. A second penis just because. Salary is the obvious answer. But I'll go with free time. If I could leave work every day at noon and get paid the same, the possibilities would be endless. Edit, under the assumption that salary remains unchanged. What is the worst thing about being left-handed? The smudging is annoying. The right-handed desks suck. But it's scissors, man. Fucking scissors. Fountain pens, and pencils. Fucking hate smudges. All the cute designs on mugs are only visible for right-handed people. Measuring cup labels are on the other side when I use my left hand. When someone tries to teach you how to play guitar, line up a pool cue, shoot a bow and arrow, aim a gun, etc., and they can't because you're left-handed. Left-handed people aren't taught how to write as lefties. They are taught as if they are right-handed. Asterisk pens tips are designed for right-handed people, especially ballpoint and fountain pens. But even others work less efficiently for lefties. This is because we have to push the pen across the page, whereas they are pulling it. This causes frequent breaks in pencil tips, catching of nibs, and this ink, graphite, will be rubbed against the lefty's hands, often ruining their writing. Asterisk in addition, this pushing motion means there is pressure going into the hand of the lefty, trying to push the pen into their grip. As a result, they have to squeeze tightly. This reduces control of the pen, leading to bad handwriting and pain after even short periods. I know doing exams was awful for the lefties. Asterisk handwriting is for right-handed people. Pretty obvious. You are taught a way to move your hand to get the shapes of letters. But lefties aren't taught the opposite. They are just left to figure it out. But these kids don't know what they are doing wrong. Asterisk a lack of equipment for lefties. Whether it is left-handed scissors or desks or sharpeners. It may seem trivial, but these little things can make a lefty feel weird or like they can't figure out even the tiny little things that everyone else is getting so quickly. The effects. This is a cause of lefties craning their wrists round so that they don't smudge and get a better pulling motion, as well as craning wrists. Some may lean round, or massively rotate their page just so it isn't in the way. But no one taught them these solutions. Bad handwriting, lack of confidence, which affects schoolwork and how the kid sees herself. It may be the kid simply can't do what their classmates can do, despite trying her hardest. Uncomfortable positions causing pain in the neck, back and wrist. There are some very small organizations that have developed ways to properly teach left-handed children how to sit and write comfortably. It usually involves angling the page slightly, but clockwise, whereas most lefties angle it anti-clockwise. I'd gladly volunteer my time to teach left-handed kids how to write. Subscribe, my brothers.